All right, welcome back or welcome to the channel if you are new. This is not the main focus of the channel, not even a side focus of the channel. This is a very occasional thing. I like to play Hearthstone occasionally just to take a break from Magic, and so, I've got a few videos out there related to it, not much. But this is kind of in my side projects. Basically, when I hit Legend, I like to do a video on the deck that I used, and this is the deck that I used. It is a combination of sort of what everyone's trying currently to figure out the best house for the Demon Seed deck, and there are variations out there. This just happens to be my version of it, and I thought I'd just run through some games so that you could kind of see, as opposed to trying to do a deck tech for a game that most of you probably aren't interested in. And this is mostly to the purpose of this video is for me to record my successful Legend decks so that I can later review them at some time in the future if I ever am in the mood to play Wild or if I want to rebuild. One thing you'll notice about me is I always play Warlock. It's the class I enjoy the most. It's the one that plays most like Magic control, or it's a sort of like aggro control. Although this plays a little bit more like a combo control than anything. So I am going to actually send them both back because I can gain life later. Right now I need... That was not an improvement. Right, that's what I'm looking for. Card draw and mana reduction. So, I mean, Dark Glare is okay, but Tamsin early is not exciting. Looks like I might have an opportunity here to stick the glare, so we'll give it a shot. If the opponent's focused on drawing cards here, they might not be focused on killing my creatures. And if they might have the 2-drop, the 2-mana card that gives them +2 attack, and then they burn their coin and attack this thing, and then they lose an attack, a card draw spell. To kill my guy, and I'm okay with that. The guy's not integral to the deck, it's just a bonus. Yeah, see, here we go. So my opponent's using a coin and a card, preventing 4 damage to my face and not advancing their quest. That's kind of the best thing I could essentially hope for there. I could be using the Viper to start pressuring my opponent, but I think this is, I need to draw some cards here. And the Viper has other uses. Plus, I picked up the Giant, so I want to, yeah. I want to push my quest harder now. Push towards quest completion harder now.
Everything looks up to code.
3 out of 4 of that turn, but they didn't make 4 out of 4, so I'm good with it. Yeah, we're gonna I don't think I need a Viper against them necessarily. Okay, so we can finish the quest next turn. The first phase, which will cost reduce the Giant. Taking damage will reduce it, and then the quest's drain life effect will then reduce the Giant's cost a second time. If I play Touch, it'll reduce them a third time, so they'll cost 3 mana. And of course, Raise Dead would make them cost 2, but I don't think I'm going to go that deep. I could Tamsin here. It's an okay Tamsin. I might not get other targets though, so. And I could get a cost reduction on this card and gain more health, but I mean, getting a cheaper, higher cost spell probably makes more sense to me. So we'll do it that way. Opponent's already killed my, not my safety, my tour guide. And so if they kill Tamsin here, then I'm guaranteed to get Tamsin right back. along with the tour guide to make pressing the button easier, and then I can get down with the giants. They'll cost 1 mana at that point. Haven't taken any damage yet. Oh, well, there's that. So if I play the rod 3 and then 0 and then 1, yeah, at 3, 3, 0, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, that's really good. So we'll do 3, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. Pass. I could have played Dark Glare and then tapped. I would have got 1 more mana back, but I wouldn't have had enough mana to get both giants down, which is what I wanted to do right there, so I didn't think that was correct. I could have done that, and then I could have drained sold for free, you know, yeah, I could have used the 1 mana to play Touch of the Nazarim on my 1/1, and then played the giants for 0. So actually, I would have 1 less touch and 1 more dark glide. So that actually would have been the proper play, just because of glide. But yeah, it's all right. I guess my opponent wants me to have cheap cards. They like getting hit with giants, maybe. I'm not sure what the indication is here, but all right, we'll play a free tour guide. Trigger the rod again. Perfect. And have a nice day. So anyway, yeah, the deck's pretty good. Incidentally, the most important card, like one of the most savage cards in my deck, is the giant. Super insane. Because I have the giant, especially with the broomstick, like super, super good, as you saw there. Because the game is very fast. All these games are fast. They're like races against your opponent to combo. And when your opponent's not racing you to combo, they're racing for board control, which the giants are also stellar at retaining board control. So do I want to keep Dark Glare here? I mean, it's a creature, so maybe I do. So anyway, there's a little trick here I can kind of do depending on what I draw. So I can actually coin out Dark Glare if my opponent, particularly if they don't play anything too important. Coin out Dark Glare and not play the quest. Then I can play the quest, play the tour guide, tap, and then play a 1-drop. So if the opponent gives this guy +2, +3, having the Dark Glare on board means that they'll probably swing into it and kill it. And they've used most of their turn to do that, and that's good. If they don't, if they're not able to kill it here, then I get to make the play I just described, and from there I can I get to make the Demon Seed Tour Guide tap play, possibly drawing a 1 cost, and also I get to attack and keep their guy off the board, which is really important against Paladin. So I could have gone Demon Seed Tour Guide tap here, also was a line, but I think against Paladin you really want to get them off the board if you can. All right, perfect. We did draw a 1-drop, and now we can completely wipe them off the board like this. Excellent.
Really? It's not too heavy.
So I need more cards, so I'm gonna tap. That Viper is looking real good. So I can complete the quest, which will drop the Flesh Giant's cost by quite a bit, and give me a 1 mana rebate. But since I have the potential to get that rebate, I don't want to do that. So I could have hit that guy and deal 4 to myself, which will complete my quest. Then I'll drain life. It'll make this 4 costs. Then it'll drain life him and make it 3 costs. But it's not. I don't think it's the right play. So I can kill their weapon. Tap to draw. Make giant cheaper. Possibly do something like Tamsin, stable, giant next turn, which is really good. Right now their weapon's not a huge threat, so... So I might, in the interest of mana expediency, pop that. They could be giving it Divine Shield in some way. If this would only, if only this was like a 5, if it was only a 7/5, this would have been perfect because it'd reduce the cost of my giant. But as it stands now, I think I will. So this is a little tricky board. Unfortunately, I lost board, which is pretty bad against Paladin. They did get to use their prismatic. What is it? Prismatic Jewel Kit a little bit too long. Took me a while to find my Viper. But, I mean, overall, I think it's okay. So I think I gotta do this. Okay, drain my opponent. Make the giant free. Alright, got board back. Have a really nice threat on the board. I can punish them if they try to play like bubbles, Divine Shields, unless they have Rush, in which case they're going to get to trigger their weapon. Otherwise, if they don't have Rush, then I can just, like if they play a Divine Shield and pass. Oh jeez. Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to be tapping. Looks good.
Your death brings me joy.
Okay. Still haven't had a chance to kill that prismatic, but tapping is more important. I'm trying to get down to Quillbore, trying to find a broomstick, some removal, anything. Card draw. There's so much good stuff left. Something to go with Tamsin would be nice. Alright, yeah. So they are going to get to... I guess I could have killed the weapon just for that eventuality, but... At this point with 1 charge on it, oh wow. I actually get to weapon them. That's really good. Alright, so this is going to proc that for free. So she costs 5. I don't have a broomstick. But I can pop that to avoid some pain. I think I will. And I hate to do it, but yeah, we'll pop this. Pop that. Pop that. And looking good for next turn, I think. Oh no, how will I kill your minions? So normally that card's like really good against the non-giant version of this deck because your removal's like all spells and you just don't have any way to do anything. But for the giant version of the deck, oh wow, this opponent's in deep doo-doo. All right, let's get this down quickly. All right, we're going to be playing that as well. I believe I can aim that right at their guy. And then point that right at their guy. I believe I can go face now. I can just kill that. Yeah, you're toast. Anyway, so yeah, that's how the deck works. It's absolute crazy madness, and I really like my version. I'm quite pleased with my version of the deck. I think that it's, what did I get here? I think that it's the best version so far that I've put together. I don't know. Did I finish something else too? Oh. What I don't know is if it's the best version out there or anything, but I'll save those. Like, my son loves to open packs. I don't know if it's the best version out there, but it's pretty freaking good, as you saw. And I think it's crazy people aren't using the giants and the broomsticks and stuff, like the boom sticks, because it turns the giants into very cheap removal that leaves behind a fat body that has to be dealt with, or put your opponent on a massive clock. And occasionally you can abuse the giants with like raised deads to kind of like manipulate your dead pool basically, and do some crazy stuff there. All in all, like, it's just pretty gross. The deck is just really good. So hopefully you enjoyed watching that. Promise we'll be back to regular Magic videos soon, but this is my version of Warlock to Legend, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed watching. So if you are a Hearthstone fan, maybe you can come build my deck and see what you think. This is I gotta say, it's a lot of fun. If those games didn't look fun to you, I don't know what to tell you. But as you can see, when it comes to it's essentially a control deck that can pop off very much like the Brea deck can when you get those like workshop Soul Ring draws, and get into Necropotence territory, and you're just paying tons of life, but it just doesn't matter because you're just going ape all over the board, killing everything your opponent does and recovering. That's what this deck does. Honestly, if that turn had gone on much longer, I could have. What was I at 10? I could have probably jumped all the way back up to 20 on that turn. Excuse me, all the way back up to 30 on that turn, if it weren't for the fact that there's a rope timer. Like, if I had unlimited time like you do in Magic, the deck would easily have gained 20 life that turn, no problems. Just the bristlebacks alone would have given 6 and 6, and then the touches 4 and 4. Boom, now you've gained 20 life. Piece of cake, right? So anyway, hopefully, though, unfortunately my opponent didn't have enough life for that to happen, but hopefully you enjoyed watching the deck. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't rate me down if you don't like Hearthstone. Honestly, like, I understand that's not what this channel's for, and I'm not going to be spamming you with these. You might get once a season if I can figure out a way to make Warlock hit Legend. Otherwise, I'll see you next Hearthstone season. And this is like day 3 of the expansion. So we just had an expansion, and here I am at Legend, like right afterwards. So pretty cool on that. But what that means is you've got lots of time before I'll potentially make another Hearthstone videos. For those of you who don't like it, I got it. I promise. Magic's coming. And for the rest of you, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.